Hello, welcome to Epiphany Lutheran Church. I'm Kevin Barger, the Director of Music Ministry, and this is our Music Minute. We're taking a look at the hymns we'll be using in worship tomorrow for June 29th. This will be Peter and Paul Apostles we'll be recognizing tomorrow. We'll start with our For All Your Saints, O Lord, since we're talking about Peter and Paul. This is essentially a hymn of gratitude, and it was originally titled Hymn on All Saints. A prolific writer wrote this text, and he was also one of the earliest 19th century translators of Latin hymns. He also wrote a history of the Church of Ireland, so very well versed, and this is For All Your Saints, O Lord. You might recognize that hymn. We do with some other texts as well. All right, we will switch to our gathering hymn, Christ is Made the Sure Foundation. And this also comes from a Latin hymn. And you guessed it, though. In this case, the author is unknown. This originally had 8 stanzas, if you can imagine that, plus the doxology, so really 9. And it's based on Revelation 21 primarily in the background, but there are many other passages that are referred to in this text as well. And it talks about not only the heavenly Jerusalem, but also the earthly church. So it is combining the two and reminding us that Christ is that sure foundation. Okay, and then we'll do our hymn of the day next, and that is Faith of Our Fathers. This was actually written by a Roman Catholic for Roman Catholics. However, it has had widespread Protestant use over the years. Protestants, in fact, claim it as their own and kind of forget about the roots of where it came from. It's viewed as militaristic and sexist by some, it's important to note. And the intention, however, was to recognize that Christians face persecution, imprisonment, and even death for our faith, even today, and that we are to unite in the body of Christ. Faith of Our Fathers. All right, and we'll be getting this piano tuned soon. It's going to actually have some major work done on this summer to restore it and make it like brand new. So we look forward to that work as well. No more hymns for tomorrow. We will enjoy some organ music during communion tomorrow rather than singing hymns. So that brings to an end our 3 hymns that we'll be using for Peter and Paul Apostles Sunday tomorrow. If you're joining us in person, we hope you are. That'll be at 8:30 and 10:30 on our worship summer schedule. And the 10:30 service will be live streamed on our YouTube channel. Thanks again for joining me this evening. Have a great night.